record it, share it later. So just to let you know, I'm sharing. So let me go ahead and go through my presentation here. And I'm going to try and do this at the same time as sharing my screen. So let me share my screen first. Let everybody in. Getting phone calls. How rude. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I'm usually not very popular. Okay. So let's share screen. Okay. And now let me hit this. There we go. So everybody should be able to see that right now. So this is this information session is for a program called Learn AI. So it's leadership education and research in AI for the next generation. So Learn AI. It is a post-baccalaureate certificate or what we call a graduate certificate. It's different than traditional master's programs where you go for like 30 some credits. It takes many years. This is a graduate certificate, so it's meant to give you kind of like, I don't want to call it a crash course. It's meant to allow you to stack multiple like certificates. So this is great for lifelong learning. This is good for, if you ended up having, if you ended up out of your bachelor's degree, you want to, explore something else. If you have a master's degree, you want to get additional, credentials and stuff. You want to explore something else, or you just want to, again, lifelong learn. It's AI is definitely the hot topic, and it's going to be around for many years to come. So we're probably never going to be without it ever again. So it's a four-course, 12 credit program. It's the nice thing about it is it's flexible, it's online, and it's part-time. So it's not meant to invade all of your time. It's really meant to try and, again, as an educator, and this was tailored for educators. So it's we try to manage it as best as we can. So again, it is 100% online. It focuses on AI tools, professional productivity, ethical considerations, and AI-driven pedagogy. So I created this it's for educators, it's for administrators. Instructional designers are like learning designers, curriculum, people that are interested in curriculum, just showing people how to take whatever professional, responsibilities they have and how to ethically, morally, and productively integrate AI into whatever they're doing. I know that I know that Howard County is preparing to release. I guess they already have Gemini.
Bye. I love you. Be safe. Make good choices.
Thank you, Wendy. I'll try and
Love
be
you.
safe.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I can tease. It's so it's really meant to give people like a hands-on. I know in January they were releasing Gemini to Howard County teachers. And I know that the people in the Office of Technology are trying to, really to bring AI safely into the school system and show you how you can use it, again, ethically, morally, and so forth. Um, again, the target learners, this is for K through 12 educators. It is for school administrators. Also, occasionally, like a higher education faculty member or staff member might be interested. Trainers, nonprofit leaders, but really, I've tailored this to be very educator and educational leadership like friendly, to where whether you're a speech language pathologist, whether you're a special education, special educator, special education educator, blah blah blah. And whether you're doing a TESOL, whatever, there's an intersection, and it's not just going to serve just one specific audience. It's really about multiple audiences. Um, so uh, Notre Dame has MOUs, memorandums of understanding, with many of the counties in the state. We have an MOU for different programs, and we were able to kind of replicate that for Learn AI. I had a meeting with Julianne Dibble, never want to make sure I said that right. Dibble dribble. Uh, tell her I remembered her name correctly. And Julie Ray and Carrie Trudon. I had this meeting in December, and they were so interested that we were going to try. We're going to learn. We're going to launch at Spring Term A, which is January 20th. So we really tried to turn this around fast. So we were able to do that with this MOU agreement that we already had in the books for different special education programs. So to give you a little bit of information about like I know you're really interested in logistics of how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to run and what are the courses like. So let me give it to you now. So each class is $1,425 plus the $199 registration fee. So I made sure to go back and check the MOU carefully, and that's what it costs. So I know that Howard County, I know it reimburses you. In fact, I was a beneficiary of the reimbursement process when I was getting my master's degree when I worked at Howard County. So you're able to do that. We also have the direct billing. So that is definitely a pro, something very useful. As I mentioned before, it starts January 20th. So was it about 2 weeks from now. You can, if you're very interested in doing it, we can onboard you at the university rather quickly. And we can get it going if not, the nice thing is you can bookmark this. I'm not going anywhere. The program's not going to go anywhere. So this is a partnership that's going to continue for a bit. When we'll have the next cohort group start, I can't say that right now. I don't know if it's going to be term B or if it's going to be sometime in the fall, but we're going to be around. Keep going. Oh, there we go. So again, the total amount, it's 4 classes, which are 12 credits. So each course is 3 credits long. The course format, it's asynchronous. So it's online delivery. We have virtual office hours, but it's meant to be structured. It's learning design structured to be asynchronous. So you're not going to have to on Monday nights, you're not going to have to be, tethered down to a chair on your laptop, Google Meets. That's not how it goes. You get structured Canvas-based modules. Yes, we do use Canvas, so you'll be living in Canvas, I guess, also because I know Howard County uses it. Each course is 8 weeks long, except for the summer course is 4 weeks. And I did a little chart to show you about what the dates and times would be. I'm sorry, what the dates would be for each of the courses. That'll be the next slide. Um, the program's going to run you roughly a little less than a year. It's we get you in and out, not to again, it's not like not like a car factory, I promise. It's more of like we're trying to meet a lot of MOUs have specific needs, like you could only do some of them have only 3 courses you could do in a fiscal year.
That was so sweet.
Oh, Kyle, I think yeah, you go. Anyway,
Sorry, my dog was being very cute at the moment.
so
Apologies.
that's totally fine. We're all teachers here and we all have dogs. My dog's luckily not barking, so we're blessed right now. Um, so the course kind of give you the lay of the land here. I don't know why my counter is showing there.
Yeah, I was about to say you're showing us your
I know,
your
there it is. Sorry about that. And it was nothing bad, so don't worry. Um, so here's kind of the lay of the land, how it is organized. So the first course, as I said before, starts at January 20th and goes into about mid-March. Then the next week we start the second course, which I'll talk about each course a little bit more in depth. And then you're going to get a break. So it's not like I'm being mean and you're going to have to work through all your summer. No, I'm not like that. You will then come back and it's called our summer term. I think it's technically term B, which starts right after the 4th of July. So you get you get a break from school and it only goes about a month. So it goes 1 month and then you're done with that course. And then finally you'll have your final course in it's the September, October. I can't give you the exact dates because the university only was it advertises it out so far. and next fall is kind of like the end. But I'm giving you typically what it runs is usually it begins at the very early September, and it would run until mid-October. So it'd go until let's say September 4th to like October 20th or something like that to kind of give you the idea of how it would run. Um, so typically you really, you're going through, Canvas-based modules. We build the modules. You'll go through and explore it. And the nice thing about it is, as I go into the coursework, it's really custom to fit the needs of pretty much, I'm going to say everybody, but a lot of people, a lot of different stakeholders. Come on, keep going. Okay, so the first course everybody starts with, which will start in 2 weeks, is called Teaching the Digital Generations in a Globalized World. So this is it starts with like a 30,000-foot view of education and future focused learning and where exactly people are and what is AI's, how AI is going to affect society, how it's going to affect, education, of course, and industry. You will use tools here. This is one of the courses I use as an introductory to a lot of different, digital age learning, but also with AI because it has customized AI content in it that'll actually get you to explore it as, as a massive emerging trend in education. So it's practical, but it also helps to kind of introduce you back to academia if you've been gone for a little bit. So it's a real nice way of like dipping your toes in. Uh, then the courses really start to pick up, and that's the foundations of AI in education. We really explore human designed, decision making, where AI is really not, a lot of people will say AI could be a learning partner. I like to say it's an uneven partnership, as in it's always humans are always at the center of it. We always make those important choices. We always make those important decisions. And and sometimes it calls for not using AI in instruction, and that's absolutely fine. So this course really starts to talk about what are the nuts and bolts of AI, what's going on with LLMs, exactly is it doing? Why do we hear all this issue about bias and what it's and about equity and all this other stuff? We're going to explore all these big topics, but we're doing this through a lot of project-based learning, where actually you're taking something like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to somehow customize this for my situation, whether I'm a fifth grade teacher, whether I'm a speech language pathologist, whether I'm a reading intervention specialist, whatever. Whether I'm in well like with me, I was a technology teacher, but if I was doing media and music, whatever, you can absolutely still explore it, and it's still very much relevant to your specific professional position. Okay, so then we really start to look at other stuff too. We look at like leadership when it comes to AI-driven learning. We look at data-informed pedagogy. So we're actually looking at like how to teach with it. What are the ideal ways and strategies to teach with it? Sorry, I have to keep on letting people in. Um, and but we also look at it like from a human point of view as well. So a lot of AI tool exploration, a lot of use. I know about exactly what is approved through Howard County. The program we try to be tool agnostic, as in we try not to say you have to use this tool during this time or else. No, it gives you options and choices, and you can also explore and find new ones. But again, trying to respect Howard County's software approval process. So don't worry, I'm not trying to get you in any trouble. Then from there, we go into our final course, which is ethical leadership and policy and AI-driven education. And again, just because you hear leadership doesn't mean it's meant for administrators and principals. I mean, they're obviously going to get a lot out of it, but this is for educators that are really, I mean, if you take this certificate program, you're going to have a lot more information than a lot of your colleagues will, and they will look for you for guidance. So it is absolutely leadership is definitely correct, but you'll look about how you can use it to analyze data ethically, how you can perform research safely using it, the different steps and processes and procedures when it comes into that. Um, let's see. So again, this is aligned. So I do have program learning outcomes, which I'm not going to bore you to death with. They are aligned to the ISTE standards for educators. So it's again, we're looking at all the big things like AI and digital citizenship, AI and the learner, AI when it comes to, data analyst, AI and how you can use it for instruction, how you can craft instruction, how you can deliver instruction, how you can prepare high quality resources for your students with this, how you can do a lot of those tasks that keep you up at night, the tasks that are constantly stealing your time, how you can optimize things to actually help your time. So yes, prompt engineering is in here. I consider this a type of programming, so it's very useful. We'll talk about the art and craft of coming up with a great prompt. Sorry. Oh, I may have popped off. Okay. So again, I'm just going to quickly talk about the benefits. You get a graduate certificate in a year. It's part-time. It's not going to consume all your life. Um, Timely subject matter and skill development. Okay. Again, AI is here. It is not going anywhere, and your students are using it. And it's not like that typical situation where you're constantly trying to play catch up with our students. But luckily we see that they're powerful leaders in themselves, but we need to help them and guide them ethically and morally. Um, this is a new program with Howard County, so you will be at the starting, at the front line with it. So it'll be exciting. You'll be seen as leaders. You'll be seen as people that can help your colleagues and your schools and your school population. Real world projects, okay? It's not, listen, you're gonna have to write a paper or two. I've never lied about that. However, a lot of the things are project based to where you're actually going to take things, develop them and turn around and use them the next class or the next day or again. So it's built into be that way. Um, Onboarding into the program is pretty quick, and the cost, you get a massive discount from what somebody in an open, if I want to go and register for a course, or if I want to be admitted to Notre Dame, I want to take this graduate level, you're getting a massive deduction when it comes to the actual costs, the actual tuition. Sorry, keep going. Okay. So if you're interested in applying, you go to our website, you go to Notre Dame, and you can just honestly, you can go to Notre Dame, Maryland University, or NDMU. You can search apply. You want to, this is not technically a degree, it's a certificate. So you want to find where it says certificates, and you want to find the one that's called Leadership, Education, and Research in AI. That's the certificate you would like to select. And then, of course, you complete the rest of the form online. And then, of course, with any joining any university, you would need transcripts. The nice thing about that, since I was, from a bachelor's to a master's, I used to have to get the copies mailed to me. Now, a lot of times they can do it electronically. So, I think it's Donna will mention it in just a second. I think it's called Parchment. It's a wonderful tool utility that you can actually purchase transcripts and get it sent to Notre Dame rather quickly. Again, they're sealed. So um, I'm going to go ahead and just stop sharing and see if there are any questions Donna and I can answer. Just let me stop recording too.